Alright, AKA Patters, happy Halloween, trick or treat. This is a trick, this is a treat. Top Cow, Marvel Comics, Devil's Reign, 8-issue crossover, features all of the greatest hitters from both universes. Not all of them, because Marvel has like 3,000 characters. But everyone from Top Cow. Let's go. And we are back, people. We have a doozy katoozy today. Big storyline, 8 issues. We're going to hit that drawing table, completely get into it. But I wanted to set up, where is this comic? Like, what's happening before we get to page 1, issue 1. We're going to get into all of that. People, the channel's growing. The AKA Pad Army is there. Peter A DeLuca here, AKA Pad 69. And you guys know the intro, say it with me, known through Philadelphia, PA, Europe, and the vast multiverse as your eclectic one. Right now, new Swiftie. Guys, I do love Taylor Swift. I have to say it. No apologies. I'm all in on Taylor Swift. I think she makes good effing music. So sue me. So anyway, guys, can I get one portal here? And can I get one portal here? We have 2 portals. We have 2 focused characters from each portal. One portal, we'll call this one Marvel Comics. We have one portal over here called Top Cow Productions, or the Top Cow Universe. Top Cow, famously, once a part of Wildstorm Productions, Mark Silvestri, Jim Lee decided to part ways. This was the first rift of Image Comics because Top Cow at the time even flirted with the idea of going completely solo, completely independent, and for a short time they did. They rolled back in, Rob Liefeld rolled out with Maximum Press, and then at that point we have one of the greatest PR stunts of all time, where everyone from Image convinced everyone at Wizard Magazine highly reported that Rob Liefeld was kicked out. That is comic book lore. Rob Liefeld has a position against that. He says he left willingly because his time was spent with Image Comics. I'm sure there's truth on both ends of the story. Now, this time in comic books, between these 2 big wildcats, we have this crossover boom. We even have Rob Liefeld crossing over with Marvel Comics with something like Spider-Man Vadrock. We have Jim Lee, Wildstorm Productions, X-Men, Team 7. They're crossing over, you know what, more appropriately, Wolverine Deathblow crossing over. No. X-Men Wildcats. That's Silver Age. That's the one. So we get a lot of this. And what is really happening when it comes to Marvel Comics side to all of this, they're auditioning. They're auditioning some of these studios to fully take over Marvel Comics. Now, the winner in all of this exchange isn't Mark Silvestri, Jim Lee, or Rob Liefeld and their respective studios. Pop that up. The winner is Joe Quesada, Jimmy Palmiotti in Event Comics. Event Comics emerges into... Guys, this is just... I know, we're going to get into the book. But Event Comics emerges into Marvel Knights. And Marvel Knights changes Marvel comic books forever. In the 2000s, Marvel Comics is able to have what you would call a decompressed storytelling writer's boom. Meaning, what you will get in 1 issue, you actually get in 6 issues. You would get those 6 issues immediately available in trade. And that trade, reprint, hardback policy changed the library for Marvel Comics, because at the time they didn't have much of a library. And Joe Quesada, with the Marvel Knights hype, momentum, Kevin Smith writing Daredevil, all of it changed Marvel Comics from a writer-focused or an artist-focused company into a writer-focused company. And nothing has ever changed since then, which is shocking because a lot of these writers got so popular that they acted the same way that the Image 7 did. With that said, with our 2 universes, we have Mephisto over here getting blown out of the Marvel Universe. Very much like Black September, Malibu Comics, Marvel Comics, merger crossover with Loki. And the true lore of the Infinity Stones came through that crossover. Sorry guys, comic book history here. But then over here, we have, oh guys, from Top Cow. What do we have from Top Cow to compare with Mephisto getting kicked out of the Marvel Universe? To find a new universe to conquer. It's not Witchblade. It's not Darkness. It's Heatwave. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. We don't know who Heatwave is. Heatwave's the leader of Cyberforce. Within the pages of Cyberforce, he's a melodrama leader. Not much to add. Very similar to Jim Lee's Spartan from Wildcats. Remember, these guys share the same studio. So, if we can just get rid of the portals real quick. Similarly metaphor, Heatwave, Spartan. Through the course of their comic book career, they became a deconstructed, a broken down, a redrafted hero, or like a redrafted like leader of their respective superhero teams. Cyclops in X-Men went through a similar path, and in a way, Cyclops never really came back. I hate the new Cyclops. I want the old Cyclops back all day, all night. So Heatwave and Spartan go through this change, and it's almost like a self-reflection, deconstruction of that type of archetype in comic books. It's fine. Neither of them at the time were sacred cows. Moving on. So let's get back to the portals. Let's get back to Mephisto. Let's get back to Heatwave. So Heatwave in Top Cow is missing. In the Top Cow universe, someone like Sideblade, the hot baby babe, because we're still kind of in the bad girl era. Sideblade is the focus of all of the Top Cow characters. She gets 2 issues, title issues in this 8 issue. It's Sideblade's storyline leading into Heatwave, okay? And guys, I know that excites you. So let's get into it. We have the setup. Oh, and I nearly forgot. Who's our character that kind of goes between the 2 portals? Well, it's this guy, the Silver Surfer. And the Silver Surfer is going to guide us, starting with Chapter 1. Let's go. Here we go, aka Pyres. Before we rip into the crossover of crossovers, don't trust anyone. Don't trust anyone that doesn't have a Crypt action figure at their drawing table, or the greatest Batmobile of them all, Batman Forever. Let's just do a quick cover breakdown. When we do the cover breakdown, you guys will see a little bit of the handshake. This is where 2 companies say, one for you, one for me. How do we best do that? Well, we're starting one for Top Cow. Weapon 0. Right? Weapon 0, Silver Surfer. Because the last issue is going to be Silver Surfer, Weapon 0. Chapter 1, Chapter 8. Chapter 2, Sideblade, Ghost Rider. Chapter 3, Ghost Rider, Ballistic. Now, I just have to say this. So many people, a lot of the YouTubers, come hard against the Top Cow designed Ghost Rider, gold spikes, the gold and the red. I don't know. I dig it. It's different. Why the hell not? Chapter 4, Ballistic Wolverine. Chapter 5, Wolverine Witchblade. Chapter 6, Witchblade Elektra. And Chapter 7, Elektra Sideblade. One for you, one for me. Let's get some of these back in order. So, already with the intro, we know the basic premise, the basic setup. We know where this story is going. I know many of you have multiple covers. I mean, there's a lot of dollar bin fodder here, okay? There's some exclusive covers, but most of you have some of these in your collection. I don't know too many people that set out to complete all of Devil's Reign, read it multiple times, and really kind of grasp what's happening, not only page to page from issue to issue, because we have a lot of writers, we have a lot of artists. It is a huge collaborative effort. So, just trying to figure out how to do this. Chapter 1. Amazing Marks of History cover. Also to note that this is what I like to consider the highest level of graphic design in American comics we have ever seen. What Top Cow does with typography, placement, centering, overall impact of the advertisement or image, it's there. And they do some really cool things. They do some over-the-top things. Some of the over-the-top things are of the time. But here we go, guys. This is a little bit what I mean by over-the-top. But holy crap, is this credits page perfect. Story Walter Simonson. So I kind of forgot. When I got back into this, I was under the impression that Walt Simonson, and I thought David Wohl, which we'll see his name come up, but I thought the issue load was shared between Simonson, who has a history with Top Cow, and David Wohl, who later had like a really big history with Top Cow. But these are the only images and pages Marks of History draws. So Silver Surfer arrives in the desert, crashed alien vessel. He senses something within the rift. There's an energy. There's something drawing him back to the desert, because he says he was just here not too long ago, but now he's back. But see, this is what I mean. Look at the chapter 1. It is perfect, people. And this logo is fantastic. There is an over-the-top aspect that needs to be in every single part of a comic book, including design. So many of you I know are out there making your own comics, and you gyp yourself. You sell yourself short when it comes to graphic design. You have to hire someone that can do it. Over the top. But yeah, Silver Surfer sees an alien vessel coming through a portal. He zaps it. And then we cut to Mephisto. Mephisto is like, here we go. This is great for me, because now when I resurrect the alien vessel, I can get to where it came from. So now the enemy of Weapon Zero, Mephisto, aligns himself with an interdimensional ancient alien race as powerful as anything you can believe. Everyone on Earth is flipping out. This is what I mean about some of Top Cow's design work. It's just great. Weapon Zero shows up in the basement where one of the aliens are held captive, this giant dude. And they slay it, they kill it. This is Jamie. He's one of the Weapon Zero guys. He's later going to stay on an alternate Earth. So he trips and gets into an alternate Earth here. Weapon Zero, back up in space, is like, where the heck is Jamie? We lost Jamie. Jamie's now on Top Cow Earth. And he's like, okay, guys, I just want to live my life. I don't know. I need a little break from the Weapon Zero-ness. Cut back to the aliens and Mephisto. And Mephisto just is like, guys, we got some cool things to do. We have now the entire Top Cow universe, or Top Cow planet. I'm going to get all of those souls. When I get all of the Top Cow people's souls, and he transforms, some of the alien queen into basically a harem. Get some drinks. He's like, I'm ready to go, guys. We are drinking, we're partying, we're rocking and rolling. All of these souls right here. They picture all of them. All of them. Killraiser. We know him. They're all mine. And then we cut to Heatwave. And Heatwave is just, look, I just had to get away from the group, blah, 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 blah. Heatwave's like, guys, I need to take a break. Now, what happens with Heatwave is important, because Cyberforce is actively looking for Heatwave. And now we have Killraiser doing his meditation. Killraiser is going to pop up later. And here we go. So a big problem with a lot of these issues, when we end the issue, we don't get like a stamp. But yeah, but then Weapon Zero is just like, hey guys, we're trying to look for our friend Jamie that didn't teleport back into space with us because we're still in Top Cal Earth here. And Jamie's like, wandering through LA, gets picked up by a girl and just like shoots off in a car. Jamie's involvement later shows up in, or his resolution shows up in chapter 8. It's unconsequential. It's a little bit of a story device. It's really not that important. What is important is Killraiser here and Heatwave, because we know Mephisto's plot now. Mephisto's plot he needs the souls for Top Cal to take everything over. Chapter 2. Chapter 2 is wonderfully drawn by Anthony Chun and a little bit of help from David Finch. Again, guys, admire the design work. Alright, little recap with Mephisto. Mephisto's like, I need some souls. We get Witchblade here. Witchblade's like, guys, where the heck is Heatwave? Then we get Danny Keech, who is just, Danny Ketch, Ghost Rider 2. He's like, guys, I can't get my life together. I hate myself. I hate everything I'm doing. Ghost Rider summons himself, and I can't get through school. I can't even have a girlfriend because Ghost Rider is always taking over my body to defeat evil. So here we get Eternity tags this girl. And he's like, look, can you get Ghost Rider into this Top Cal dimension? Because Mephisto is doing things we don't like. We don't like what Mephisto's doing. So can you get him on a public train, by the way? Take him away. Also, please ask Danny Keech to transform into Ghost Rider in public. And get your butt to Top Cal. Again, people, portal. So Ghost Rider travels to Top Calverse, and this girl is just left alone on the train in her bare feet. We cut to Witchblade. So this becomes a little bit, here we go, prepare yourself, there's a heat wave coming. They're hyping Heatwave very much here. So we cut to Top Calverse. Mephisto's pissed off because Ghost Rider's like, bazam, I am here. People, what is there to hate about the Top Cal design Ghost Rider? I don't know. So Ghost Rider just lays the smackdown to Top Calverse. Witchblade's like, hey, I traced your power. I could sense it. Let's fight. Ghost Rider's like, I'm not here to fight. I'm here to help you. I'm here to save your world. And then Mephisto transforms a chunk of New York City into these demons, and they have a powwow fight. Now we cut to Killraiser, who is ultimate fighter killer, Mortal Kombat Killraiser. And essentially, he knocks out Witchblade. Witchblade, Killraiser fight. Ghost Rider intervenes and literally burns Mephisto's influence out of Killraiser. I didn't tell you guys earlier because there's a little bit of a reveal. Cool sequence here of Mephisto like just shooting into the heavens. And we're done. That's what I mean. These issues don't have a good stamp. So, Ghost Rider, Ballistic, amazing cover. I mean, how you guys not love this cover? Again, what's there to hate about this guy? Also, we get some Warren Ellis action here. Billy Tan, still rocking and rolling. So, Warren Ellis basically makes Ballistic into John Constantine in this sequence here. Ballistic ends up in a bar. And Mark Greenwald passed away around this time. So Ballistic's in the bar. She's drinking with these demons. She's beating people up one by one. Demons transform. It's all sexual innuendos on her end, on the demon's end. And, she basically just, wreck shop as you expect Ballistic to do. Some cool action poses here. Some nice coloring. I like the pop here. I like the teal. I like the purple. I like the negative space too, guys. A lot happening. She confronts Ghost Rider, and Ghost Rider's like, look, they're a little bit hot for each other. They're a little bit into each other. She takes a cigarette, lights it on his face. And they're like, hey, we have to kind of fight some of these demons now in Top Cal, New York City. because Top Cow New York City is nearly entirely taken over by Mephisto at this point. Amazing shot here. And guys, keep in mind, we're talking audition here. The Top Cow design Ghost Rider is making a permanent appearance in Ghost Rider. Audition. Yeah, so these two just go through everything. They house everything. Nice gun illustration here, guys. Look at the coloring by Top Cow. Top Cow is at its form, even in the lettering, even in the word balloons. People, give the look of your book the time. Look at this negative spacer. Great. This is technically a silhouette, but it is so nice, so detailed. Yeah, and Ballistic just goes ballistic. Blows up everything, blows up the tunnel. They blast out of the tunnel. This is a little bit unnecessary, but it looks cool. And yeah, they blast out of the tunnel. They free Times Square of the evil spirits. And then we cut to Wolverine. So Wolverine Witchblade. So this is where we get the difference. Witchblade at this point was solidified. I think we're about 12 or 13. We're a year into Witchblade. Anyone that tells you Witchblade wasn't rock solid, they're a liar. Witchblade was rocking and rolling at this point. So what they do with Witchblade here is it's a exploration of the character, period. And it has a little bit to do with Devil's Reign, because we get more insight into Sarah's psychology and in her world, and there's actual character growth for Witchblade in chapters 5 and 6. And we get the beautiful, beautiful Michael Turner doing everything. So Wolverine's trying to hunt down this girl. Right? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Chapter 4. Sorry, chapter 4. Okay. Just remember everything I said here. Chapter 4. Ballistic Wolverine. Oh yeah, this issue too. Joe Benitez and Larry Hama too. Great captions when it comes to what's happening in Wolverine's mind. It's incredible. Joe Benitez, this is one of the better drawn issues. Look at this illustration. Again, look at the design work. So much care put into this. Yeah, so Wolverine's trying to hunt down one of his friends. He goes to a sex club, goes to an S&M club, sniffs her out. These soldiers are the alien soldiers. So Mephisto is taking over the souls of the Top Cow universe one by one. Wolverine finds his way there because he's tracking someone. These soldiers are the alien soldiers we saw in chapter 1. So we're getting, we're getting a good sense of continuity here. Wolverine goes through them. Ballistic saves his butt, and we get a little bit, maybe they're hot for each other, a little bit simpatico, a little bit flirty. Ballistic and Wolverine flirt because they are essentially the same character. Yeah, and then we reveal where the girl is. And we have like this evil henchman right here. This evil guy, bald head. He has her. And here's the crazy thing. We don't get anyone that ever redid this. I love this design for like the stealth Wolverine, but we get this amazing spreadsheet. Yeah, and Wolverine and Ballistic hunt down the girl. The bald-headed guy is like, look, you guys got two choices. You can die or die. And Ballistic and Wolverine say, I guess we'll die. And they fight the entire room. Wolverine encounters the bald-headed minion of Mephisto, right? He's being controlled. He's best friends with Mephisto, and he basically zaps Wolverine. He zaps him. He has a power. We don't know what the power is, but wield the fire born of a cybernetic furnace. So he just burns Wolverine. Ballistic punches the Mephisto out of the girl, this Zoe girl. And then, yeah, Wolverine gets to go back with Zoe. And I believe that might have been, this might be like a plot point in one of the Wolverine books where Wolverine was looking for Zoe. I'm not 100%, guys. You have to confirm that. If that is true, I'm just going from memory. Then I should have confirmed it. But very cool. Yeah, and then we tease right into where Mephisto's like, hey, Sarah Pazizi, Witchblade, you're next. So some of this is Mephisto. Like what Mephisto's doing is he's basically kind of being a true devil. He's controlling everything, and he's targeting individual characters in the Top Cow universe. But throughout these issues, we have zero. There is a sense of dread because Mephisto is in absolute and complete control. And people, this book here and the next chapter, these were staples at my drawing table through my youth. Okay, I never even read this, and I just looked at these images. I had these images pinned up on my wall. Look at Wolverine, look at the coloring, and look at Witchblade over here. And we have some David Wall, Christina Z, and we have fantastic captions here. It brings us into the state of Wolverine and into the state of Witchblade. Sad shot here too of the World Trade Towers. But yeah, and Sarah's like, hey, all this stuff is different. You're alive, this guy's alive. She's like, oh my god, Michael, you're alive. I thought you fell off of a building. What is happening? Wolverine and Zoe go back and forth. Nothing consequential here. It's basically and Hope come up with reinforcements before it's too late. So they're going to try and help people out, work on something. But Sarah kind of just goes on this date. She's like, what was all of this a dream? Was my entire... And she's like, it must have been a dream. All of this is so real. And we kind of know what's happening, right? This is what everybody was hoping WandaVision would turn out into. But during their dinner, Wolverine just completely crashes, looking like a boss. And Ian, who died in the first story arc of Witchblade, but now Witchblade's boyfriend... Well, whatever. We gotta go with it, guys. He pulls out two swords, and he's ready to fight Wolverine. Wolverine quickly owns him. Sarah sees the Witchblade on someone on her wrist, but then she's like, "Hey, no one's paying attention to what we're doing. They're just doing their own thing. This isn't right." And then Wolverine, through his aggression, same as when Ballistic punched Mephisto out of Zoe in the previous chapter. Here we go. Ian transforms into Mephisto, and we get Witchblade and Wolverine now pissed off, ready to fight Mephisto. Mephisto's just like, whatever, guys. Like, I'm out of here. Do whatever you can. And like I said, there is a impending doom with Mephisto in these chapters. In no way do you feel like anyone has the upper hand, and everyone's constantly trying to figure out exactly what's happening because of Mephisto. It's really good use of this type of character, because there's no power set anyone in Top Cow has. Like, there's no one in the Top Cow universe to compete with Mephisto. Witchblade Elektra, people, Michael Turner, 1 through 7 and 24. We have David Finch and Joe Benitez. Michael Turner put in the work in this series because he needs to handle Witchblade. People want to see Michael Turner also draw Elektra. This is incredible in loving memory to Mark Grunwald. The reason why this is important, because people always want to act like the Image generation was lazy. No one was ever on time. All of these things. We're at chapter 6. We're doing timely drops. Some of the interactions here are perfectly released between what's happening in Top Cow and also what's happening in Marvel Comics. People, there were huge efforts by Wildstorm, Extreme Studios, Maximum Press, Awesome Comics, Top Cow, but mostly Top Cow and Wildstorm made huge leaps in meeting deadlines. They corrected the sins of the past by this point. But yeah, we have Elektra coming through the portal. And now, through some of the narration, look, Mephisto just zaps Wolverine away. Witchblade shields Elektra, zaps her away, and they end up in a Frank Miller Winter Wonderland graveyard. And they fight ninjas. Yes, thank God, they fight ninjas. So we get it, and some awesome captions where Sarah's like, "This girl is amazing. She's efficient." Sarah, as Witchblade, is still in her rookie stage, and she's just not keeping up in the fight. But she is insanely impressed by the efficiency of Elektra. So they keep wandering. They don't know where they're going, as stated in the caption. But they find the tunnel. And in the tunnel, here we go. So this is now where we turn into somewhat of a commentary on faith, Christianity, mass religion, and the Bible. But yeah, they stumble on a temple. Everyone looks like the Pope. They fight some monks. Mephisto emerges again. Look at this masterpiece by one David Finch. Yeah, and Mephisto is kind of like, "Look, Sarah, I'm going to get your soul. I'm going to figure things out. You're going to hate me. I'm not going to go away." He transforms into her father. Zaps Elektra. Witchblade has her moment, right? She does the Wolverine. Don't make me hit the middle. But it doesn't matter. She really can't kill Mephisto. Mephisto just like throws her away and zaps. Like, look, he just teleports her away. Goodbye. And we get Mephisto now. And we kind of know what happens. Elektra doesn't come back, and he gets Elektra's soul. And then we get Sarah kind of longing for what Mephisto teased to her. She is longing to return. So it's sad. But people, real quick, look at this design work by Top Cow. And if you just want to measure, this is what Marvel's doing in their advertisements. And then let's just see, real quick. I'm sorry, guys. Like, let's just see real quick, right? If we have this is Marvel. Let's just have a look right here. And this is what Top Cow is doing. Horny chicks. You know, I get it, but Top Cow knew exactly who they were marketing to. And they're marketing somewhat to the chaos comic book crowd, we'll say. They were the best at the time. Chapter 7, guys. We got one more to go. And where is Chapter 7? Here we go. So Chapter 7 is Psyblade gets two issues, essentially. They're focusing on Psyblade, I feel, a little too much, because Psyblade is also heavy in Chapter 8. Mephisto, again, I need all of these souls. I'm going to do all these things. This world is awesome. No one's going to see me coming. I'm happy. Script by Brian Hooligan. Howard Mackey, also with the plot. And then pencils, we have 4 pencilers here. David Finch also coming in. And then nice Art Nouveau here. That, again, Ninjak, Joe Quesada, look that up. But yeah, we get the girls, Fear and Loathing. And they're in kind of like a Vegas setting. We see now, so if they're in Vegas, Mephisto's influence has gone from New York City to Vegas. He's conquered the US. These souls are now possessed. They are enabled by Mephisto. And he's turning the entire world by this point into just like a chaotic mess. Like like a kind of what Pinocchio gets involved in when he turns into a donkey. But everything's crazy, and we get this bald-headed guy back. And he's just, like, controlling the people, talking to the crowd. He's got the alien guards around him, and he's just, you're like, this guy's serious now. And we all know who he is. The coins are hot. Yo! Effing coins are red hot. Ha ha ha. Imbeciles, you expect to dance with the devil and not get burned? Haven't you learned? Okay, so this guy's like, Mephisto's number 1. This is Mephisto's number 2. And then we get back to Jamie over here. You know, our boys from Weapon Zero. Nothing crazy there. Old guy saying weird, creepy things. A lot of passive comments to the girls. So whatever, and the girls are like, well, where's our guy at, right? And they're like, oh, but I think this could be the place. And this is the shot from Back to the Future 2. This is like Biff's casino. So the girls go through the tower. They fight a couple demon things. Sure, why not? They blast a few things out of the window. But yeah, they get themselves to the high tower. They work their way through. And as Elektra is about to get the sneak on Mr. Baldy here, we see her right here. Psylocke blasts her. And Elektra's like, what did you do? He goes, I can't let you do that. Because this is Heatwave. So they kind of have a heart-to-heart. He punches her out. And Mephisto's like, well, guys, now I have Psyblade now. I have Elektra trapped. So, correction, guys. I'm sorry. I thought that he did take her soul here. I guess not. He just let Elektra live because he can do that. So let's just get into Chapter 8. How do we wrap this up? Now we're back to Silver Surfer. Now we're back to Weapon Zero. I love this. Right down the spine, the final. Alright. Pencils, Joe Benitez. Inks. Everyone Top Cal can call. Including Team Tron over here. Top Cal calls everyone. Mephisto is in his moment of glory. He's got Psyblade. He's got Heatwave. He's got all the aliens from Weapon Zero. And then, like, the world's like, hey, people, like, we have, like, this major broadcast. We have Jamie kind of making his way back to Mephisto. Again, inconsequential. But yeah, everyone's like, hey, we have this big announcement. Jesus is coming back, basically. That's kind of like what the dialogue is. And Silver Surfer follows an energy path, sees a portal open, follows the demons, see, a universe away. And then we have this preacher, and he's talking about the light and opportunity and all the things we want to hear. But then, as he shoots lightning into the sky, and the sky turns to bats, and the bats start to, the demon bats start attacking people. Weapon Zero is like, guys, this isn't good. And then Silver Surfer comes and shows the world that our preacher boy is Mephisto. Mephisto's exposed. And Mephisto's like, look, guys, just more demons. So everyone fights demons. Start blasting away. And then Jamie here basically is like, look, this isn't for me. Let's just drive off. That's what I mean. Jamie's arc is not that significant. But then we have the moment of truth. Because coming to save Mephisto gets the one-up with his power on Silver Surfer. We get a Heatwave. And we get Mr. Heatwave here. He basically blasts, he like transforms himself. Kicks Mephisto's influence away from him. Grabs Mephisto and basically like shoots him back into the portal that the Silver Surfer came out of. And he rids the Top Cal world of Mephisto. And everything kind of burns back. Everything reverts. Because Mephisto's influence isn't there. And that's it. Devil's Reign. So what this does, it completely transforms the Top Cal universe. Isolates really one character, which is Heatwave. Now keep in mind, with Wildcats, Aliens, they did something very similar with Stormwatch in that. You know, they take apart Stormwatch, the aliens kill Stormwatch, and that basically bleeds into Stormwatch Volume 2, which bleeds into the Authority. Here, one character is really affected from the crossover, and the proper comic book thing to do is you can do whatever you want, right? We say this a lot, guys. You can do whatever you want, but it has to return to center. And the Top Cow universe, right, is back, sunny, back to normal, and everything Mephisto did is reversed. And now we have to discover what is the fate of Heatwave. Not that anyone cared. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. People, get yourself some Prime, Meta Moon. Get yourself a Swifty shirt. AKA Pad here. Peter A DeLuca. Guys, happy Halloween. I'm not joking. Halloween is nothing but important, nothing but significant. We're moving into one of my, maybe my favorite time of the year, other than summer, where you get the babes. But no. I love Halloween. I love Thanksgiving. I absolutely love Christmas. I love New Year's. And guess what, guys? I love Valentine's Days. This is like 5 months of just spending all my disposable income on everyone but myself. And guess what, people? That's the point of those holidays. Let's show our appreciation for one another. Let's grow the AKA Pad Army. And let's together discover new things. Because Meta Moon is so effing good. Oh my God. I crave it. Prime does something to you. It gets into your gray matter. Maybe Taylor Swift does. Maybe am I just brainwashed?